So we are given the question using Marchand's algorithm, solve the following pattern space classification. So we are given the pattern space x1, x2 and the patterns are shown here. So there are patterns from two classes x and zeros. So we need to use the Marchand's algorithm in order to classify these particular patterns. So at the first stage what we shall do is that we shall write the set of T0 plus. So what is T0 plus made up of? So we shall write all the points. How many points are there in T0 plus? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points which are there in T0 plus. So we shall write the which are the points. First we have 1, 1, then we have 2, 1, then we have 1, 2, then we have 1, 3, 1, 4, then we have 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3 and 3, 4. So these are the points which are belonging to class 1. Class 2 I have written, please note this is not T0 plus but this will be T0 minus. I have written T0 minus first, then we see what is T0 plus. T0 plus will be made up of these points 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3 and 4, 4. So these are the points. Now how many points we have T0 plus? T0 plus we have 7 points. In T0 plus we have 7 points. So N0 plus will be equal to 7 and what will be N0 minus? N0 minus at the beginning will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 points will be there in class 2 and in class 1 7 points will be there. So we start with step 1 of the Marchand algorithm and we select a line O1 to classify. It is better to write these details, patterns from class 2. So with this line which I am selecting, a very simple line, I am selecting the patterns from class 2. So a line I select here. So this line, so whatever is on this side of the line will be classified. So 9 is named as line O1. So whatever is on the left hand side of the line will be classified. So what is the equation of this line? Very simple. O1 is nothing but x1 minus 1.5 is equal to 0. Now you have to check whether the point 0, 0 or any test point you have to take. This is 0, 0 point and check whether it is lying on the side of the region. Yes, it is lying on the side of the region. So whenever you substitute, you are getting minus 1.5. So which is not correct. So I need to change the sign of this equation. So after changing the sign of this equation, what I would get is that I would get the equation for O1 as minus x1 plus 1.5 is equal to 0. Now, which are the points which are getting classified here? These are the points which are getting classified. So what shall I name this as? Sorry, not naming. I mean to say we find T1 plus. So any points are getting classified from T1? From class 1? No points are getting classified. So rather than writing that big set, I write T1 plus is equal to T0 plus only. T1 minus, which points are getting classified here? From T1 minus, we have got these 4 points which are getting classified. That is 1, 1, then we have 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. These 4 points get classified and then you are left with the remaining points. So I can write T1 minus as 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, these are the points which we are left with. So n1 plus is nothing but 7 only, and n1 minus you are left with only 5 points. So n1 minus is equal to 5. Now we move on to step 2. In step 2, I shall select a line somewhere here such that the patterns from class 2 will be classified. So I draw a line here. Sorry, the patterns from class 1 will be classified. So in this particular direction, so this line I name as O2. So which patterns will get classified here? These patterns will get classified from class 1. So what is the equation for this particular line? So in step 2, we select a line O2 to classify the patterns from class 1. So the equation of this particular line, assuming that this is minus, this point is plus 3.5. So we write the equation as x1 minus 3.5 is equal to 0. Now is 0, 0 point lying here? No, not lying in this region. So this we can stick with this equation. This equation is fine. Now what are the points which are getting classified here? The points which are getting classified here are from T0 plus. So we have got this 4 points, 4,1, 4,2, all these 4 points are getting classified. So if at all I need to write the equation for T2 plus will be left with only 3 points now, and T2 minus will be left with 5 points, which are same as what was written in T1 minus. So which are the 5 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these points. So I can write what is N2 plus. N2 plus is 3 and N2 minus is equal to 5. So we move on to the step 3. So if at all, where shall I select a line? I can very conveniently select a line here such that the patterns from class 2 get classified in this particular direction. So I name this line as O3, and in the upward direction. So in step 3 we select a line O3 to classify the patterns from class 2. So these patterns will get classified. So the equation of the line will be x2 minus 2.5 is equal to 0. Now again it is upward direction, so I think the equation is correct. Otherwise you can substitute 0, 0 and check. 0, 0 should not be lying on this side. So this equation is correct. Now which are the points which are getting classified here? They are from T0 minus. So which are the points? 3, 3, 3, 4. Yes. And 2, 3, 2, 4. These are the 4 points which get classified. So at this point T3 plus will be same as T2 plus, and T3 minus will be just left with 1.2, 1. So N3 plus will be nothing but 3, and N3 minus will be 1. The last step, we can just draw this particular line. So I have drawn this line such that again we can select which ones, so such that these points will be classified. So this particular line I have selected. So this line is written as O4, and this is the direction. Last step, whichever direction you can take, that is not a problem. So what is the equation of this line? I will have to write in the intercept form. So in step 4, so the equation of the line, in step 4 we have selected a line O4 to classify the patterns from class 1. So the equation of the line will be this. So I simplify this equation. Now 0, 0 is not lying in this region. So when you substitute 0, 0 here, it is negative. So it is correct. The equation is correct. You need not change the sign of the equation. So now this particular step T4 plus is nothing but empty, because these 3 points which were left are getting classified. So it is a null set, and T4 minus has got one pattern 2, 1. So N4 plus is equal to 0 and N4 minus is equal to 1. So because any one of the sets is empty, we have to stop the algorithm, and we can see that all these points are classified into the respective class regions. So now here comes the step of drawing the network. We need to draw the networks, and we have to check what are the weights assigned to the networks. So these are the equations which we have got for the nodes, for hidden nodes, and based upon that we already know that the first line classified patterns from class 2, second line classified patterns from class 1, third line classified patterns from class 1, 2, and fourth line classified the patterns from class 1. So depending upon this, we can just draw the network. So for node O1, the weights are -1 and 1.5. Then for node O2, so first step we will have only this one node O1 and the output will be there. Second step, the second node is getting added. Now which is this node O2, which has got weights 1, and from here it will be -3.5. Next, the third node is added in step 3, and that is nothing but x2 is connected with a weight 1 and the bias is connected with a weight -2.5. And last, the fourth node will get added. x1 the weight is 1, x2 also the weight is 1, and for 1 the weight is -3.5. Now we need to calculate the weights which will be there for the next part, that is from the hidden layer to the output layer. So what weights? Because it is the first node, the weight will be 1 upon 2 raised to 1, but with a minus sign because it is class 2 which is getting classified here. So the weight here given will be -half. The second weight, because it is class 1 which is getting classified, will be positive. So the weight will be 1/4. Next, again W3, class 2 is getting classified, so it will be -1/8. And last, W4, 1/2 raised to 4, which is 1/16. It is positive because of the class which is getting classified is class 1. So this is the network we have got using Marchand's algorithm, and this is the final output. So here the output will be 1 because we have assumed in this problem output will be 1 for class 1, because class 1 we have taken as a positive, and output will be 0 for class 2 samples, because we are assuming that this is a discrete unipolar neuron. Fine.